Jesus explains your steps in obedience and their eternal significance. May 18th, 2015. Words from Jesus through Sister Clare, spoken by Jackie. Jesus began, "Please, I need you to persevere. Souls are being reached because of your obedience." Do you have a message for your precious bride tonight? Jesus answered, "Indeed I do. She is beautiful beyond description. Every footstep, every intention is sanctified in holiness, because she is mine. She has given herself over to me 100%. Her obedience is not just beautiful, it is exquisite. While the rest of the world is running to and fro in their own will, her footsteps are divinized by her obedience. She cannot see the beauty of her feet and each step she takes, but even that leaves a divine fragrance behind her. If I were to paint you a picture of the value of her obedience, you would see beautiful and perfect feet in golden sandals, studded with pearls and jewels, and each footstep would give off a sweet melody of chimes. And when she lifts her foot, lilies would immediately spring up and give off their fragrance. Luminescence would surround them and give off light. And the more difficult her tasks, the more wonderful the sounds given off, the more copious the flowers and fruits. And as she travels that well-worn path every day, fruit trees would begin to spring up on either side of the path with delightfully fragrant flowers and eventually delectable fruit that sustains even the most weary and war-torn of souls. This is the meaning her obedience has to me, and these flowers of love never fade like the ones on the earth. No, rather they continue to multiply until there is a forest full of them. They are flowers that can be picked and last forever, giving off their fragrance throughout time. And I come to her garden and prune these trees and flowers, so they will give off even more fruit. And how beautiful is this garden with its trellises and delicately hanging branches that are as pleasing to the eye as they are to the palate. So you see, obedience is no small thing. Not only does it bring forth fruit for the moment, but in eternity as well. And I come into the garden and pick this fruit and ship it off to many different places where healing is needed. You see, there are graces invested in this fruit because it was done in love and obedience. So the grace brings forth a fruit that can be eaten and benefit others. Oh, the mysteries I would love to share with you all. So many mysteries and things that would amaze you endlessly. The doings of heaven and the spiritual life are without end. You see, this obedience creates an atmosphere of heaven of sorts. Truly, my kingdom has come, my will has been done. And oh yes, the devils hate these spiritual gardens and are constantly figuring out ways to destroy them. They mainly use selfishness, self-will. Pleasures of the palate can inspire selfishness. Worldly accomplishment can also inspire it. Anything that brings pleasure to self can be used to infest the garden with hideous worms and bugs that destroy everything in sight. The worms of pleasure attack the stems of the flowers. The little bugs of self-preoccupation nibble away at the flowers until they are unsightly and brown. The mold of pride begins to grow on the roots until they can no longer produce and sustain the flowers. Yes, you can see all the other pests, but the mold on the roots is invisible in the garden. Fruit and blossoms begotten in pride never last. Once pride has entered the garden, all finally disappears. That is always the first avenue of attack. Pride will destroy everything you do, so you reap no eternal fruit from your path. But back to the beauty of obedience. This past week, many of my brides were obedient. Yes, truly, they turned everything useless and worldly off for me, out of obedience and faith. And what fruit some of them have reaped! Healings in families, a greater depth with me, peace of mind and joy of heart. Relationships blossomed in an environment of selflessness and love. Do you not see the fruit in your own life? You may have lost contact with the world, but how much more have you gained me? So, if you have benefited from this time, continue to allow yourself more and more freedom from the mundane media and constant drone of negativity that is hyped in the media. This is so deliberate and intentional of the enemy. It creates an atmosphere of fear, and he reaps so much destruction from people who are continually afraid and insecure. My brides, if you want to be holy for me, you must live holy. You must cast away the world and embrace holiness of life. You have no idea the fruit of these decisions, neither will you until heaven. So I encourage you now. I impart the grace of single-mindedness to my brides, that they will prune out every weed from the world and continue to walk the path of holiness, where you will produce fruit that is unto eternity.